Dummies. Yes, honey. And in this video, it is going to be all about humidity. We are going to talk about humidity, how it affects us, how it helps us breathe, how it is breathing ground for bacteria and mold. We're going to talk about everything as it relates to humidity. So stay tuned, PhalPals. Now, PhalPals, one of the things that I am using is a thermometer and a hydrometer, and that's going to tell me the percentage indoor and outdoor of the humidity and the temperature indoors. And that's crucial to know, especially when you have your plants near the windows. Because guess what? The temperature in my home is 77, but look what the temperature by the window is, 74. And that's because today is a warm and rainy day. Any other day, I've seen it get so low as to 62 degrees over here, PhalPals. So that is one of the things that you really want to keep in mind when you have your Phalaenopsis orchids or orchids in general placed by your windowsill. The temperatures is going to be a lot more cooler over here than in the rest of your home, PhalPals. Okay? So stay tuned. Stay tuned, honey. I'm not promoting anybody. Because, honey, when you do something good, you do not do it for free. But what I tell you is, you will need you a humidifier. You will. It doesn't matter. You could try to get the most expensive one to the cheapest one. They all do the same thing, darling. They do the same thing. Get whatever one is most desirable to you, darling. Stay tuned. So, some of you may be wondering, well, what is humidity? Humidity is going to be the measurement of the water vapors in your atmosphere, okay? You might also hear humidity often referred to as your dew point when your meteorologist is telling you the temperature. Even when they say the feel-like temperature, the feel-like temperature is going to contribute to the humidity in the atmosphere or the dew point, okay, PhalPals? In your home, ideally, you want it to be anywhere between 35 to 45% in your home. However, if you have indoor plants and you are growing Phalaenopsis orchids or orchids in general, they like anywhere between 75, honey, 75 and 50 to 75. So the problem with that is it's very different from you. So you want to find a medium, and that's going to be 50%, PhalPals. However, many of us are maintaining our home at 50%, and we are still coming home and our orchids are just looking so sickly. You don't believe me, PhalPals? Well, stay tuned and I will show you. I just wanted to remind you guys, join my Facebook group called PhalPals. I'll leave that information in the description box below. But now, all of my PhalPals, real quickly, let me tell you some of the many things that I did in attempt to save my Phalaenopsis orchids during these dry, cold winter months. Now, for us PhalPals that are on this regimen, saying that we are watering our Phalaenopsis orchids once per week, you come home, you get your beautiful Phalaenopsis from in the store. You come home, darling, and all of a sudden, boom, honey, the roots are gone. You trying to figure out what you have done. I am going to tell you here on Orchids for Dummies what no other channel has told you. Sometimes, baby, it's not you. It's the orchid. This is those just add ice orchids. They are not always the healthiest of orchids to begin with. Putting that out there on the books. And that's from my experience, man, honey, my living situation, honey. I'm trying to tell you the tea. So, semi-water-culture, full water-culture, bark, I'd have tried it all, honey. Hydroponics, I'd have did everything that you could think of. I will say, my best orchids are in the kitchen. Stay tuned. So, right over here in the kitchen in my little nook area, I have me a mini, honey. She is over here getting her life. She is living and doing the best that she can. This leaf is taking a long time to grow, but you know what? Look how beautiful her blooms are. And all of the blooms are still intact, PhalPals. They are still intact, PhalPals. So humidity plays a great part, especially maintaining your blooms. Okay, PhalPals. Another example is on top of my refrigerator. You will see that I have my mini up here. And yes, some of the blooms are starting to fall because she's been in bloom for 2 months at least. But you know what? She still have this one. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Can you get that on camera, PhalPals? Can you get that exquisiteness? Exquisite, PhalPals. I love you. You love me. So yes, PhalPals, and my beautiful baby Jan, she is doing quite wonderful up here on top of the refrigerator above the sink in the humid kitchen. So stay tuned, PhalPals. The humidity that orchids need, especially trying to induce new root growth, is going to be anywhere between 65 to 75% humidity. Now, the problem with that is you can have all of this humidity and it be great for your orchids. It will not be great for you because guess what? That is going to attract mold, baby. Mold, bacteria, fungus gnats, critter crawlers. You're not trying to have a type of living situation where you have bugs, honey. Now, some of you are accustomed to having bugs in your home, honey, but over here at Orchids for Dummies, honey, we ain't doing no bugs. I told you since day one, honey, the number one thing that you can do to avoid getting bugs in your home is going to be prevention. Don't put yourself or your home in a situation that is going to affect your other orchids that will do just fine. Because look at my blooms. You see this? This is mold damage. This is from too much humidity in the atmosphere. I do not mist her, so she should not have any water on any of her blooms, just as this one. So that's something that you want to keep in mind, PhalPals, that too much humidity in your home can do just as bad as low humidity. You got to remember, you want you an orchid that's going to be suited for you. You want you an orchid that's going to adapt to your living situation. You do not want this, PhalPals, because guess what? When you see this, this is incorrect. This is a deficiency. The nutrients in a healthy orchid is going to start from the tip all the way down to the base. Because what have you is, oh, look at that. Look at that. See, death lies in the seat, and this shit going in the trash. I'm sorry to cuss, but this is frustrating because I'd have been sitting up here watching all these Miss Orchid Girl shows, honey, and she ain't told me no remedy yet. So I'm telling you, honey, halfway, it ain't no remedy. You gotta find out what works for best for your environment. Because guess what? You saw my other orchids, they doing just fine. So these orchids is going through because they are not hybridized enough, honey. Up next is going to be your top 5 orchids that you want to have. That's going to work good in your environment, darling. That's what you want, darling. And we're going to talk about that, darling. Stay tuned. Alrighty, PhalPals. So as I bring this video to a conclusion, I want you guys to know that just for you, yourself, in your home, you want to keep the humidity anywhere between 40 to 50%. 50% to 60% is going to be adequate for your orchids as well, your healthy orchids. Now, they might not be able to sustain area roots. I put wet paper towels on the area roots. That still was not sufficient. So what I have you is the orchids that's going to be suited for you. They are going to thrive in your environment, PhalPals. So just be patient. Be patient, baby. And stay tuned. Stay tuned, honey. Because Orchids for Dummies is going to tell you all of the tea, honey. all of the tea, honey. Now you can boil water on top of your stove. You can take long hot showers. You can mist your orchids with a little mister. You can do anything that wash clothing, leave water in your tub. However, like I said, a lot of those things, humidity trays, it only feeds into bacteria and stuff. Like I said, I wouldn't suggest it. If the orchid is going to die, let it die, honey. It's orchids out there that will live for you. So, come here, Havela. She wanted to be in this video so bad, honey. She wanted to be in the video so bad. Go over there and tell them until next time. Go over there. Go over there. Okay. Now tell them, what you tell them. We closing out the video. Until...
2, 3, 4.